Hello and welcome back to my channel. So this reading came through first as a channeled message to stop fighting yourself. So if this message is for you, you'll know because you've been experiencing a ton of resistance, but it doesn't feel like it's from outside of you or like from circumstances or from other people. It's like your own inner resistance, like maybe knowing you need to do something, but you just can't do it. And it's more than just like having the willpower, or like, for example, you have a lot of willpower. You know that if you wanted to, you could force and push, but you also have done that enough times to know that that's not really ever the answer. Or maybe for you, like maybe for other people that does work and that is what's their answer, but you know, for you, that forcing, it just doesn't ever, like, even if you get through that moment, it's just now there's even more resistance on the other side. So you know that's not really an option because you already know it doesn't work. So that leaves the other option, instead of pushing through, to surrender. And that doesn't feel fully right either, because you feel like what you're being asked to surrender to, or what you're being asked to do, like you feel like you're being torn in multiple places. Like I feel like I need to do this, but I can't physically even do this. Or if any of that is sounding like how you feel, and this is going to be your reading, but I'm starting this message off. If you are in this space, this means you are, I don't even want to say so close, because it feels like you're already there. Like, and to what, or what is this closeness to? It's to not like just a new life or a new, it's like this, I'm seeing your mind open. I'm seeing specifically, I don't think it matters that, I don't even know how to explain this. Oh, shoot, sorry. Kind of like when someone puts, I'm seeing like a balloon or a plastic glove or something like that that has like, sorry, this is just crazy right now. Okay. Someone puts like a thin wrap of something over something, like when you're making, is it like paper mache or something, and you cover it, you sorry, I'm explaining this so bad. You cover a balloon in like glue or whatever, and then as it dries, you peel away, or you like pop the balloon, take it out. I'm specifically seeing like, or like the outer layer of something, or like that thin thing that was once covering it being taken away. So like something that was holding the place of something meant to be permanent. Or another example would be if you've ever got like a crown on your tooth or something, or a root canal. Sometimes they put a temporary like thing over your tooth before they do the final things. So they take that temporary thing off and then they do the permanent thing. So it's something about removing what was holding the place of something, holding it in place until it was ready or until it was done. I'm also seeing when someone breaks their nose and you have to like fill it with things and keep the form of the nose so it won't heal crooked. So there's something about that thing that was holding the place of something else is now being taken away. It's now useless. Like it's not needed anymore because this thing is finalized. The nose is healed. The cast has set or whatever. So I feel like this could apply to a lot of different things, but that's just how it's coming through. So you might know in your specific situation how it resonates. Back to the message about fighting with yourself or feeling that inner war, there's still a part of you that is operating from I have to or I need to. And that is not in alignment with the person you've been becoming and the beliefs you've been choosing to have, which say, I'm always on time. I'm always in the right place at the right time. I'm always where I'm meant to be. There's no mistake. Everything is like you're moving to this place of full surrender and acceptance, and no longer operating from a place of like, okay, I feel resistance. I don't like this, so I want this instead. Like you're not you've graduated from that way of manifesting or living. I don't want to manifest anymore. Like, for some people, they enjoy the techniques, they enjoy watching the process unfold, or being like, I did this and now this works. Like, some people enjoy doing spells and seeing the process of that and having like the putting their energy into it and their intentions. And some people like the techniques, or like writing it down, putting it under your pillow, whatever it is. But there are other people who don't feel that way. They don't resonate with techniques. They feel like it should just be because I feel it, because I desire it. I don't want to have to take steps. I don't want to have to do it. It should just be in the moment that I want it. And I feel like those of you watching this are more of that group. And maybe you've tried other ways, but it's like, it can be instant. You don't have to do those things. And they're just really for like your human self to feel that connection more. But if you already feel that connection, you don't have to create it outside of yourself. And right now, so I feel like the whole year of 2025 had been the final year of you like finally choosing what you think over what someone else thinks. Like, your beliefs have taken the front row. They are now the leader of your beliefs. Your beliefs are the leader of themselves. It's not someone else and their beliefs telling you what you should believe. So when you're feeling that tension of like have to versus want to, you don't want to push through with the have to, because that doesn't work. But you also don't want to completely surrender to the want to, because you've realized that some of your wants are still from a place of fear. So for example, if you're like, let's say you've been wanting to stay consistent with working out, or you have certain body goals, and you're like, okay, I know right now is a perfect time to go to the gym, but I feel so resistant to that. Like, it feels like I physically, mentally, like I can't do that right now. But like, I know that that's what I need to do. Like, I said I had this goal. If I don't work on it, it's never going to happen. I have to do the work. Like, your want is like to just lay on the couch and look some person up on TikTok or something and like do a whole stalking thing. But let's say you've chosen to push through and go to the gym. You do that, it's okay, but afterwards, like, maybe you feel kind of sore, you don't feel that confident about your body, you're really tired, and you're like, was that even worth it? You realized you did certain workouts wrong, and like you were probably wasting your time because you weren't in the right form. You're like, I shouldn't have even gone. But you're at least proud of yourself that you did push through. But you're like, I realize now I should have probably stayed home because I didn't have the energy and the stamina to like do it properly, and I might have injured myself. But at least you learned what that would happen if you chose that option. So then let's say instead there's a timeline where you choose to just go and scroll and stalk. But that was coming from a place of like insecurities and fear and trying to escape maybe the clothes you need to go through, or the dinner that you said you would make yourself, this this meal that's homemade because you've been buying food every day. But you're like, okay, you bought the ingredients, but instead you stay scrolling all night and then end up ordering food. And then you realize now you're anxious, now you're stressed about what you saw, and you feel bad about your body because not only did you order out and you didn't take the time to nurture yourself with cooking, but you didn't go to the gym, and you just feel like, I'll always be in this cycle. Okay, so are those your only options then? Well, the other option, the third option, and I'm not saying there's only three, but in this scenario, is to tune in to what you actually want, because you don't actually want to do something that's not going to help you or that's not going to lead you anywhere good. So let's say in that moment, instead of making a choice, you first took a few breaths, calmed yourself down, reminded yourself that nothing is really real, nothing really matters, and there's so much beyond this moment, yet all there is this moment. Like, you're just having all these thoughts, whatever you want to tell yourself, just to kind of detach enough to be able to observe and not be like feeling like you're suffocated by the moment or by the energy. And so you take a second and then you say, maybe you say, I don't have to make this choice right now. I'm gonna do what I know I want to do, which is I want to make myself this meal because I bought the ingredients. I've been looking forward to it. It looks so good and healthy, and I'm really excited to try it. So I'm gonna do that right now. And yeah, I'm a little tired, but I know that I have the energy to do this at least. And it's gonna give me more energy because I'm gonna eat a delicious meal, and I'm actually kind of excited about it. Like, I would probably rather just scroll, but I actually want to do this and it will help me. And so let's say you make that choice and you end up having a delicious meal. Let's say you end up calling your mom because you want to share the recipe and you want her to be proud of that you made it all yourself. You feel good, you have a conversation with your family, you have made yourself something good, and you have leftovers for the next day, and you've completely forgotten about wanting to like scroll, and you're thinking, you know what, I might go to the gym in the morning, or maybe even right then you're like, actually I feel like I could go now, like I kind of have more energy after eating and I feel really good and I want to do something else. And then you end up doing that and you have a great workout and you get home and you're like, wow, what a great day. So right now you are being guided to know that there's another option. So when you're like, I have to do this or this, and neither really sound good, one sounds like an obligation based on old beliefs of like, you have to do this or you'll never be this. And the other sounds like, no, just escape into this, just ignore reality and just do this, but it doesn't actually make you feel good. It's like that instant hit, but it doesn't last, and you're actually in discomfort, feeling like you're in comfort. So just know there is another option. There is more options. You don't have to just choose one or the other of those, but you're in this space still of urgency of like, I gotta make a choice, I have to. It's still this exerting energy, but you're supposed to be receiving right now. So if you feel yourself giving more than you're receiving, that means you need to calm your energy down, because you're in like a hyperactive go state when you need to be in a stop and flow and rest state. So other part about being so close is like, you feel like there's still so much work to do, or this goal I want, I'm gonna, like, you feel a lot further behind than you are because you feel like consistency has been hard or you haven't had consistency. But the thing is, consistency does help, and it especially helps you because it creates a belief in you and like something to expect, but you don't have to have it. It's like, it's not a necessary ingredient in the recipe. Things can still happen if you're not consistent. And maybe for some of you, you do better like going with the flow of things and being open to change and like knowing your boundaries, but being open to everything else and not needing to. But the thing is, if that is who you are, if you're like, yeah, that's me, I don't need like constant plans or routines or schedules, I prefer to just see how I feel in the moment. If that's you and you're still trying to operate from a space of like, I need to make a schedule, I have to be consistent, I have to do this at this time of the day, this many times a day. If you're still trying to do that while still saying, no, who I am is like a free-flowing person, then that is also why you're at war with yourself, because you're having these opposite things trying to fight. And I'm not saying that's mirroring like, or that's exactly the same as the before what I was explaining of like escaping your reality versus pushing through. I'm not trying to say the free flowing is escaping reality, but you can confuse it as that. So do what doesn't just feel good in the moment, but it feels good after, like the thing that's gonna pay off now and later. So like buying something that you know it's gonna increase in value and you can like sell it later. So you're getting to enjoy it now, but you're also gonna benefit later from it. Do the choice that aligns best with that. Tell yourself, I don't have to compromise. I don't have to be like, I can have it good now or good later. I can have it hard now or like you don't have to choose these few options anymore. You get to choose whatever you want. You get to make the rules. You get to say how it is. You're not limited like, oh, you only have these 3 options. You're like, I want to create something I've never even seen before. So this is encouraging you to flow with the chaotic energy if that's what you feel you need to do. But if you do, that means you can't let in those thoughts of like, but I'm supposed to be doing this. And you definitely can't compare yourself to anybody else and say, well, they did this or they made sure to do this. And like, this is your own life. And if you are choosing the way of flowing, that means there can't be rules. There can't be like limits. You can't have both, or you're always going to feel that resistance. So if you're choosing one, fully commit and trust that you don't have to have a plan. You can follow your inner alignment, but make sure you're not escaping also, because that's not your alignment, and you're going to know because it doesn't feel aligned. The more you do it, the more anxious you become. This is the final shedding, you could say, of all those old beliefs and old ways that, again, were never yours to begin with. They weren't your nature. They were just by society or those around you, they were imposed upon you. And you thought, because when you're young, you're still kind of in survival mode because you can't really take care of yourself. You just have to depend on your environment and the people around you to give you what you need because you don't have that much power, how it feels. And so you learn that you have to take on their beliefs and their ideas because that's how you survive. Even if it doesn't align with you, you're like, well, this is the group I'm a part of, so I need to fit in with this group so they can take care of me. And so you change yourself and you deny your natural instincts to go with what other people tell you. And some people can do this easier. Some people, they really struggle with it because it goes so against what they already feel. But the point is, you do it to survive, not because it's actually what you believe in, or because you're like, yeah, that does sound right, that does sound aligned, or because you're like, you know what, this person, they have a life I want, so I'm gonna listen to them. It wasn't any of that. It's, I need to believe this to survive. And so you're shedding the last part of that because you're not in survival mode anymore. And so all those thoughts and beliefs that came along with it are falling away from you. Okay, so I'm just gonna get one card from each because I didn't expect this channel part to be so long, but I don't want to make this video too long. So I'm gonna get one from this deck, and I'll just use the bottom two, and one from this deck. Sorry, I'm trying to shuffle on camera without knocking over the... Okay, two came out, so I'll just use these. So, 3 of Pentacles, 5 of Swords, Queen of Cups, Knight of Cups. If you can understand, trust, and believe right now that even the challenges, even the resistance, even the inner war with yourself is helping you, literally see everything that's happening, every feeling you have, every instinct, every fear, no matter what it is, that it is helping you. See it as that. Don't see anything as working against you. Truly, everything is on your side. And if you choose that perspective right now, it's just going to click everything into place for you. So thank you so much for watching this. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.